Welcome to Knockout Crypto. Thank you for following our channel. We are on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Really excited to bring this news to you guys today. And I think this is being overlooked, but to me, this is bigger than the ETF. So I just want to bring it to you guys again. I'm going to remind you guys, the ICO Journal had a good article today about the source of Bakkt. If you don't know what Bakkt is, you need to investigate. I did 2 videos on Bakkt last month. You can go back and watch those. But Bakkt is basically the New York Stock Exchange owners. ICE is now going to get into Bitcoin. And they also have Microsoft and Starbucks with them. And they're going to be creating a Bitcoin CT regulated exchange with clearing and custody. So this is a big deal. So I'm going to read this article to you and let me know what you think about it. So the Bakkt buzz, nothing else comes close to what Bakkt will mean for Bitcoin. Bakkt hasn't gotten nearly the coverage, chatter, or largely shared deconstruction that it deserves. If you are reading this, what do you really know about Bakkt and what is about to happen to Bitcoin and the crypto markets connected to the newly formed firm? Here's what you should know. Every single serious crypto investor, personality, institution, and hedge fund is talking about Bakkt almost exclusively. They don't care about the Bitcoin ETF. They care about the Bakkt launch in November and the enormous volume of trading that will ensue connected to the penultimate digital asset across the globe. A reminder of what Bakkt is and what it will actually launch in November of this year via Forbes' excellent article in early August. Bakkt plans to offer a full package combining a major CFTC regulated exchange with CFTC regulated clearing and custody, pending the approval from the Commission and other regulators. Bakkt will provide access to a new Bitcoin trading platform on the ICE Futures US exchange and will also offer full warehousing services, a business that ICE doesn't have. Bakkt's revenue will come from 2 sources, says Laufer: the trading fees on the ICE Futures US exchange and the warehouse fees paid by the customers that buy Bitcoin and store with Bakkt. Stop for a second, step back, and consider what you just read. They're going to have a CFTC regulated exchange, clearing, and custody. Some have often called Bitcoin digital gold. The infrastructure that Bakkt has built is set to unleash the term digital gold and make it a reality. Bakkt makes digital gold a reality. But what does it mean for the price of Bitcoin? What does it mean for continued and deeper adoption? Those are precisely the reasons that both Microsoft and Starbucks were announced as partners when Bakkt released its vision in August. It's precisely the reasons that Fortress, Susquehanna, and Eagle 7 big banks were more than happy to be included in the press that was done regarding the announcement of Bakkt onto the scene. This is the biggest and most important initiative since Bitcoin was born, period. So what is the crypto slump money and where billionaires have been nibbling at the Bitcoin pie for the past 3 to 5 years saying about Bakkt? Why is it the one initiative that lights up their eyes and gets them quickly talking about what could and should happen? One substantial crypto hedge fund manager that we spoke with had this to say about Bakkt: nothing else on the horizon comes close to what Bakkt will mean for Bitcoin. The depth and the breadth of the ICE Intercontinental Exchange Network and exchange ecosystem means that adoption and trading volumes will skyrocket overnight. The same pipes and structures that allow Goldman, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, among a horde of others, to trade billions in commodities like gold, silver, soybeans, corn will be the same architecture used to trade Bitcoin. Think of it this way: with the custody and the warehouse facility solved inside the Bakkt infrastructure, you have solved the final issue that institutions have been clamoring for in the digital asset space. The Bitcoin transactions and investments are safe via the warehouse facility, and the ability to go claim their Bitcoin straight from the warehouse should they allow their position to mature to that point. Rather than the physical Bitcoin per se, you are getting access to Bitcoin being housed in an uber-protected, heavy secure facility that will hold the digital asset as a backstop for Bitcoin. This is what the Novogratz of the world and the Goldman and JP Morgan have been clamoring for. While it would be interesting if Bakkt got the press it deserved, there really isn't a single name banking institution that could accompany them in the headline, and that is precisely the scale of the Bakkt story. The ramp up in the volume will be enormous and lightning fast. Within months, you will have billions of dollars of institutional cash running through the Bakkt system, buying and selling Bitcoin. This is ultimately the solution that the biggest players within banking want and need, and this moves further the narrative of Bitcoin as the store of value or digital gold. Several points to make sure we deconstruct here. The custody solution that Bakkt is proposing and will launch is remarkable. To treat Bitcoin in the same way that wheat, corn, copper is treated may not sound sexy, but it actually is. Institutions will flock to the asset because the custody issue has been solved, de-risked, and security layers will have been deployed to the underlying warehouse Bitcoin. Every major investment bank trades billions of dollars of their own assets and clients' assets on the ICE network of exchanges across the globe, 12 global exchanges, 6 clearinghouses. Adding Bitcoin as a commodity within it already deeply established exchange, clearing, and warehouse infrastructure makes Bakkt the immediate and de facto leader. Every investment bank in the world will now be able to trade Bitcoin in the same way that they would trade gold or silver. That capability does not exist at this scale anywhere else. A second hedge fund manager gave us a more color on what Bakkt means for their business. Institutional trading and the recognition of Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class is what Bakkt brings to the table. The legitimate is legitimate, not smoke and mirrors. To brand like the New York Stock Exchange, Microsoft, and the family of ICE exchanges is infinitely bigger than a Bitcoin ETF approval. An ETF approval might make headlines, but you are about to watch crypto trade desks metastasize across Wall Street, connected directly to what Bakkt is providing for all of us. Remember, all of the investment banks are massive clients of ICE and the New York Stock Exchange. They transact billions upon billions of daily transactions and other commodities on their platforms across US, Europe, and Asia. Positioning an initial digital assets such as Bitcoin within the ICE exchange architecture makes it just as easy to trade as gold or wheat. The custody solution has been the final frontier for larger institutions, and Bakkt has effectively solved that problem. What do I expect in terms of price movement as Bakkt launches and moves beyond the end of 2018? I expect that Bitcoin will make a move up to the close to the 10K mark as volume picks up dramatically and clients continue to clamor for a piece of the future of money. A few words about the architects of Bakkt and their vision via Fortune article several weeks ago. Bakkt is the brainchild of Jeff Sprecher, the founder and chairman and CEO of ICE, and the disruptor par excellence. Sprecher stands alone as the leading force in modernizing the world's exchanges in recent years, from open outcry pits into super efficient electronic marketplaces. Along the way, Sprecher built a fairly electronic exchange that he reportedly purchased for $1 into a global trading and data empire now worth $44 billion. In 25 years, he's gone from nothing to the most powerful exchange entrepreneur in the world, says Larry Tabb, chief of consultancy, the Tabb Group. He hasn't failed yet. Sprecher and his investment partners are putting this one-of-a-kind mission in the hands of a first-time CEO who's Sprecher's soulmate in business and in life, Kelly Loeffler. The ICE executive has ridden shotgun alongside Sprecher since the company's fledgling days in 2002. In 2004, they married. Loeffler long ran marketing, investor relations, and communications for ICE. Now she's given up her ICE roles to one Bakkt. As Michael Novogratz was quoted as saying on the day that Bakkt news was released, heard from a contact that you never want to be short, Jeff Sprecher, so we are happy to be long. The point being made by Novogratz is that Jeff and Kelly have been phenomenally successful in bringing products to the market and just the right time and just the right place and just the right customers. Nearly every member of the crypto Illuminati would have to agree with him, and many of them have taken large stakes in Bakkt and its pending success. A quick and short word about some rumors connected to Bakkt and future coin listings. We heard from one source that Bakkt initially planned to list more than just Bitcoin on its exchanges, but pulled back. Bitcoin and Ethereum, and before that, possibly a third digital asset were considered. We were not able to confirm with a second source that this was true. In fact, we were told that the veracity of this claim was dubious at best, or get our hands on the actual offering documents. We did, however, have several conversations that made it sound like Bakkt would eventually like to list another non-security token across its platforms, and that token would likely be Ethereum. Again, as of yet, Bakkt has yet to share any public guidance around additional listings or other rumors that may have arisen since their announcement. Wow. There's nothing else that comes close to what Bakkt will mean for Bitcoin. I mean, this article is great, and I want to just go back to this sentence. This is the biggest and most important initiative since Bitcoin was born. Period. Wow, that is a big statement, and I think Bakkt is being super under recognized. I'm gonna keep making more videos about Bakkt. They don't care about the Bitcoin ETF. They care about the Bakkt launch in November and the enormous volume of trading that will ensue connected to the penultimate digital asset across the globe. Guys, Bakkt is going to be huge. We got to focus on Bakkt and not so much on the ETF. Bakkt is way more important than the ETF. Definitely got to focus on Bakkt and what they're doing. That is just huge what they're doing for Bitcoin. Okay, let me know what you think of the video. Is Bakkt the most important thing to happen to Bitcoin ever? And will Bakkt change the crypto market sentiment? Thank you for following Knockout Crypto. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on the video. Thank you for following Knockout Crypto.